your post notification bell for when we post a new video. Also, follow us on our social media pages on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at BuzzWorldGH. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Hi guys, we realized that gender has so much influence on us than we admit. Sex and gender. Where sex is biological and gender is societal. What is our take on gender and gender roles?
Well, just as you rightly mentioned, so I think over the period, a lot of us believe or have been made to think by whichever means that sex and gender are the same things because of how society has trained our minds. Like you said rightly, that sex is biological and then gender is societal. The fact that you're a female doesn't mean that female gender roles are naturally assigned to you by birth. When you were created, when you came out as a baby, these roles are yours. It's society that has made us believe that this is who we should be if you are born with features of a girl. And so for me, I think society has a huge influence on gender. Gender roles will vary per whichever society you find yourselves in. Even in Ghana, I believe that depending on which ethnic group or which clan, your role as a female or a male will vary. And so yes, I believe that society defines our gender and then our gender roles.
So Hima, what's your take?
Gender and gender roles, from my personal experience, growing up in the house, luckily for me, I'm the last of three, so I have twin brothers than myself. So before I came into the picture, my mom made sure that she shared the role equally between my brothers. Like one would take the kitchen, cooking, cleaning, then the other would take like the sweeping of the hall and all that. So they both knew their roles until I came in, and it's like they just like trashed everything on me because I'm the girl. It shouldn't be like that, because something like cooking is a survival skill. So everyone should be able to cook. It's not like, oh, cooking is for just girls, cleaning is for just girls, and the man is just to like make the money and provide for the home. So I think that also, you can blame that on society. Like, oh, because the girl will be so the girl has to like know how to cook, know how to clean, and all those standards put a lot of pressure on the girl. And something like cooking, like I said, every guy should be able to do that. It's not only meant for girls. And every girl should also have some, what is it that men are supposed to do at home, girl?
Plumbing works.
Changing of the bulb, great.
Yeah.
I am able to change the bulb at home, but it's just me and my mom now. Yes. So all those basic things, I think girls should like grab those skills as well and not make it gender biased. Yeah.
Just like what you said from the beginning, sex is biological, but then gender is societal. I didn't know this from the jump. I always used to think that sex goes hand in hand with gender. When it comes to gender roles, I feel like the effects of gender role is actually subtle. Like we don't really see it affecting us. We are just living day in and day out. Gradually, we are going through transitions of this effect. Personally, I'm going to share personal experience. Sometimes when I'm there and I'm hungry, because I like food, I feel the need to just cook. I don't have to. I'm hungry. I'm craving for a particular type of food. I don't have to wait for someone to come and cook for me and all of that. But then there are some other guys who beg to differ, because growing up, they didn't learn, they didn't know, or they weren't told that, oh, if you're a guy, you're supposed to learn how to cook because it's a survival skill. All they know is go to work, come back, pay the bills and all of that. Is what they know. But I don't blame them. I blame society for making it that way. And I also blame society for making it look cool.
So how do we change this narrative? How do we change if you're a girl, you're supposed to know how to cook, you're supposed to know how to care for kids. If you're a man, you just go
if I speak about changing the narrative, I think we've spoken about, and that's what it has been. We're always talking about the roles that have been assigned to women, and so there's so much pressure on women. I mean, it's not easy catering for a home. Cleaning, cooking, washing. Now you have to focus on kids if you have some. And because these roles have been assigned by society to us, you have to deal with them anyways. So I have an experience where we're in a room and this place is not so well cleaned. Okay, we get a broom. Okay, Nana join your pride. Like, because you are the girl, so you have to sweep. You are the girl. However, there's a pressure on males too. It's not so easy to be burdened with a man can't cry. Oh, a man can't have emotions. Oh, he has to have money. Oh, he has to be able to take care of everything. We're out and I feel like taking ice cream. The man should be able to buy the ice cream whether he has the money or not. That is equally pressure on the males. And so growing up, over the period, I think whether you have a job or not, whether you did well at school and you want to further your education or not, at some point of your life, you should be ready with money. You should be ready to cater for a home. You don't have the liberty of, or the pleasure or extravagance of waiting till you are able to make it, you're able to get a good job, you're able to further your education to your satisfaction, so that you're aiming at a job that suits your heart, that gives you comfort or contentment. Because there's so much pressure on you to make money and come and take care of a home, whether it's your own family or supporting your parents' home. And like Reginald rightly mentioned, gender roles start from our parents. Right when you're born, the color of clothes you are bought, the toys you are given to play with, the kind of environment you are allowed to be in, the kind of hairstyle you're allowed to keep. Growing up, we didn't have braids. I mean, my grandma doesn't like, she says it's a distraction. And so we always had our hair cut. And there were so many times we went to school and we had young girls like us say, you don't have hair, why are you a boy?
Yeah.
So clearly, right from the beginning, that's the mindset that our parents give to us. And so if there's anything like changing narratives, if there's anything like easing up the gender roles and the gender expectations, it sure has to come back from our parents. And I don't think parents who are already existent, well, probably from listening to discussions like these, can change their minds. But it would have to start from us. We would have to redefine what it means when it comes to expectations from either the female or the male.
How does this gender and gender roles, how does it affect education? Given that if a woman wants to further her education, she's like, I don't know, call your masters. How do we drop this notion that if you're a woman, you don't have to go to school. You after you're even fortunate if you go to the university. So how do we drop that notion that if you're a woman, you can't go back to school or you can't further your education because at the end of the day, a man will marry you?
I think from what you are saying, our parents right now will not welcome the idea that it's all your master's or your PhD. Like, it's foreign to them. Or bad day, you just have to be home, the man will marry you and all that, take care of you. So I think before, there's this quote that I really like. It says, before I can be the woman of your dreams, I have to be the woman, I have to have my own dreams or something along those lines. So I think it will have to start with us to begin with, and we'll have to, why am I on earth? What's my purpose? Before I come in and catch myself to some guy, you get it, and start playing gender roles in his life. You get So I think we should put our dreams, our purposes first.
Can I add to what she said? In order to scrape away this whole narrative of if you're a girl, you don't really have to go further in education and all of that. I feel like So when it comes to these things, I believe that like we have to be told from the jump when we are small. We have to they have to make us understand that this is like everything that we are going to go into this world and everything you are going to learn, everything that you are going to attach to yourself is solely for your survival. You are not going to school as a female and then when you finish and then you have your job, you have your master's, your PhD, whatsoever. You are not doing that because you are not doing that so that like later on when a man wants to move to you or something, a man will see you as a competition or something, or like you guys are not on the same pedestal or something. Nah, you are doing it for your survival. So if I believe if girls are being made to understand that as a woman you have to set a standard for yourself, like what Ohima said. If they should go through all of these things and then like they further the education, whatever, do whatever, some way, somehow, we are going to see changes effecting in our society. We are going to see women being given places of higher positions in different firms and all of that. And slowly, like from time to time, we can see that gender roles and feminism goes hand in hand. So I think in order to like scrape this whole ideology, we just have to start from the jump. Make our kids understand that if you're a man, if you're a woman, it doesn't necessarily have to be that you're supposed to do this. Nah, you are doing it because in order to survive in this world, this is what you are supposed to do.
So, talking about gender roles, our work as men and women supposed to be like for a woman for instance, if you get married or if you're a woman, by all means you need to give birth. If you're a man, by all means you need to build a house, you need to buy a car, you need to fend for your family. How do we balance this? I mean, there could be a woman who has just decided that she won't give birth, and there should be nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's everyone's choice, right? So, if I decide that I do not want to give birth, should society blame me or see me as worthless because I do not want to give birth? Or if I haven't bought a car, if I haven't built a house, if I don't have enough money to afford a certain lifestyle, should society see me as worthless?
Well, I think easing up the standards for females, so it equally affects easing up the standards for males. Because the moment you allow women to equally see themselves in the position to earn and cater for themselves, so that they don't think, just as you mentioned, so that somebody does not think, oh, why do I have to go and do my master's? I'll get married and be at home and take care of children and cook and clean. I don't need a master's for that. If men were equally cooking and cleaning, so that it is not your sole responsibility, now you know that there's something more expected of you than cooking and cleaning, which I believe will increase your edge to want to, do more, achieve more. I mean, of course, that's per everybody's choice. But if this happens, you're going higher. You can support your husband at home so that the burden is not all on him. Because, of course, if you are not able to earn so much, he has to take care of the home. He has to make sure your children have the best education and all of that, which is equally pressure on him. That is not to say that so that's like, oh, you be there, you be supporting, so like I can just relax. And I mean, you equally go forth and do what you have to do, but you don't come home depressed, stressed out, pouring your anger on everybody at home, because after all they're the ones draining you of your finances. So I think that it goes hand in hand. Easing it up here eases it up here as well. It all comes from our mindset, and it starts from us. It starts from us, because pretty much not wanting to do a master's and go on to do a PhD, it comes from me. And fortunately for us, we have the power to get everything we want from a man. I mean, with regards to finances, yes, if I want you to cater for everything, I mean, by virtue of being a woman, I can get you there. But I mean, this is equally pressure on us and pressure on them, because if they are spending for everything, they don't expect to come back home and see their house and kept.
Viewers, leave your thoughts and your suggestions in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you again on another episode of Discussions on the Couch.